Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ian Wishingrad, host of Adweeks. I'm with the brand. We're coming to you live from my home. Typically, this show is produced ahead of time in Adweek Studios, and then we cut it and put it on adweek.com. But for the next few weeks, every Tuesday at 4 p.m., we're going to be live here on Adweek and our LinkedIn, our Facebook, YouTube platforms, all of them. Joining us today is Brandin Cohen, the founder of Liquid I.V. Brandin, are you ready to answer some questions?
Ready to roll.
Okay. How'd you come up with the name Liquid IV?
Wanted to create a drinkable version, something that could hydrate you as well as an IV, but one that you could orally drink.
How important is the name to you?
I think it's very important. I think it quickly gets across the value prop of what we do. And so I think when people see it, they immediately know it has to do with hydration. I think it's been a big part of our growth.
How did you launch?
How do we launch? We launched in a few retailers here in Southern California, one stick at a time selling it. And then it started to pick up momentum from there.
How did you decide to choose powder over ready to drink?
Tried both to start. It was really hard to ship liquid, ready to drink liquid, very expensive. In stores, we could get the powder sticks right at the shelf. So the economic model worked better. And the company, sort of the cachet around the sticks has really helped us grow.
There's a lot of language on your pack. Hydration multiplier, cellular transport technology, fueling life's adventures. If you had to quarantine with just one line of copy, which would it be?
CTW, change the world.
Well, okay. Hydration multiplier is genius. How'd you come up with that?
I was in my dad's basement. We were doing a visioning session with a big piece of paper and markers, and we're trying to think through what would right on the nose be able to explain people what our product did for people. And so just kind of came with a bunch of other ones. We're like, that's the one, and we just started rolling with it, trademarked it, and started rolling.
Your tagline is fueling life's adventures. It feels very big company, not particularly new startup. How much does that tagline really mean?
I think it plays 360 to the brand. Everyone has their own adventure, right? Whether you're like a mom taking the kids to school, or you're a professional athlete, or you're a business traveler, or a firefighter. We all have our own adventures, and our brand is meant to fuel those.
What's been your biggest single media investment you've made?
Single media investment, dollars, or what channel?
Yeah, like if you ran a Super Bowl, that would be your biggest media investment. Or a Subway takeover, what's been your biggest media investment to date?
Probably some of the influencers that we partnered with digitally.
Okay. Coronavirus, good for business or bad for business?
I see everything as an opportunity. So there's an opportunity to help the most amount of people with our product, both commercially who are buying it. We've been able to give back over 1 million servings to frontline workers in need. So overall, I'd say good for business, difficult, challenging, but I just see the light in all of it. So,
your biggest competitor?
That's a hard one. The brand names, the big ones like Gatorade, Powerade. Smaller ones that are in the sort of powder space, like Noon is probably the main competitor.
What channels don't work well for you? When I mean channels, I mean kind of marketing acquisition channels.
We're pretty omni-channel and balanced. What channels don't work well? All the channels we're in at least are working well. We probably cut out the ones that are not doing well, and I don't even remember. I already put them out of my mind.
Okay, fine. So once it's a loss, you forget, move on like an athlete. Don't dwell on it. Doesn't help us.
What's next? So they're all working.
Pinterest, I don't want to think about it again. Okay. What do you see other CPG startups doing that makes your eyes roll?
I think when people are putting a bunch of cash into acquisition when it's not a sustainable model is it's tough to watch because you just know at some point it's not going to be able to be sustainable. But Yeah, I don't really know which brands are doing that and which aren't. But when I get to see behind the curtain, sometimes it's difficult to watch. You feel bad for the brands when bad things hit.
How much did you initially raise?
325,000 from friends and family.
And then how much have you kind of pulled together to date?
I believe 15 million.
Cool. The first time I heard about Liquid I.V was when you did the big celebrity investment round. Do you even need them?
Yeah, it's been really cool for the brand. Some of them are very involved and other ones aren't, but at their core, all these people get to where they are because in some way they're changing the world, they're making a real impact. And so they've been a part of it in different ways, really creative ways. And things that are brand are hard to quantify, but like you found out about it because of the round. So in that regard, already it's a success.
What's the one thing you've done that you'd like to take a mulligan on?
Oh man. Shipping. Oh, that's not a good one. I'll go with the ready to drink. We went down that path for a while, and it was as a startup with limited resources. It was really challenging. We ended up wrapping bottles ourselves for about 6 months, and that wasn't fun.
When was your big break?
There's been a handful of them along the way. I'd probably say the first really big one was when a guy named Scott Emerson believed in us. He helps ship products to all the top retailers, and he wanted to back one of my rounds and we partnered up on the logistics that he helps with. And he's really well known in the space. And so for him to get behind us was a huge win for us.
Great. That's exactly what I was looking for, by the way. I love that. It's like a logistics partner who helped do something that totally made the difference. What is your best sales channel now?
Again, we've worked really hard to be very balanced. People in the beginning told us, to focus on one, and we said, no, we want to be in all of these. And so our business is balanced. About half of our business comes from in-store and half comes from online. And so I couldn't even say one. They're really balanced between the two.
How important is your story?
Probably one of the more important parts of our business. I mean, telling our story allows people to understand how we even came up with this. I wasn't a scientist, but the story really explains the need in the market. And I think it's something that people can relate to that big brands don't have, is that real authentic sort of founder startup story. And I think it's been a huge part of what we do as a team.
What's the grand plan for Liquid I.V?
We want to be we're on the path to becoming a global 360 wellness brand. So we want to be able to help people and fuel their adventures in all facets of life, whether it's with our hydration product, which will always be our flagship. We have a sleep product, an energy product, and we're working on a few other ones that are going to be coming out soon. So that's on the commercial side of things. And then the other part of our business is our give back mission. So our 1-for-1 mission, when people purchase, we're able to donate a serving to someone in need around the world. And that is partnered with our sustainability approach, which is a huge part of what I'm focused on now, that we want to have this sustainable footprint on the earth globally for years to come. It's a big vision. It's not like some short-term thing with Liquid I.V.
Let me ask a cruder version of the question is, do you want to keep holding this and do it, or is there a price at which you go, buy me, baby?
I'm so focused right now on just building the best products and the best business that we can. If the right strategic partner came along where it would allow us to grow more, that would be an option, but it's not like a finish line at all.
Okay. What's the growth happiest thing you've done today?
Putting a box of sticks on the counter of a store, walking in saying, please put this for sale. And they weren't sure if they wanted to do it. I said, I'll give it to you for free. They said, okay, fine. I said, I'll come back in a week. If it sells out, then you have to rebuy it. They said, fine. Sent my family and friends into all the stores, would buy it to get a little momentum. The guy would reorder the product. It would give us time to run real marketing. And before you know it, after a month, it was a top selling product in the store, but we had to buy it out for the first month to make sure that it worked.
Love that. That was killer. Okay. Okay. Last question. If you had to cut off one of your limbs, DTC or retail, which one would you choose?
Well, it would have been a different answer about 3 weeks ago, but with Corona, it would have to be retail, just because right now everything's so digital. But answer.
Okay, sounds good. So, Brandin, thank you for joining us. And to everyone at home, thank you for joining us. You can watch more episodes on adweek.com/I'm with the brand. And I'll see you next Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern with another edition of I'm with the Brand Live. Thanks, everybody.